When you begin to grow a team and you begin to work with people and lead, you realize that people are not robots. They're not AI machines that you can just impute something and just tell it to give you what you need. And people have emotions.
Amaka is here!
Finally.
Oh my god.
Finally.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel and thanks for stopping by. Today I have Amaka here. Amaka is my first manager at work, and if there's anything you admire about me, all thanks to her, trust me.
My.
I learned so much about self-confidence, about being excellent at what you do, and I'm just so grateful that I get to work with you while I was, looking to start my career. So thank you. This is such an important conversation we're about to have.
Not so serious, hopefully.
Not too serious, but we just want to pick your brain. I mean, I feel like I've done that before, but the goal is really just to help anyone watching, help them to understand what confidence is all about, excellence, and how they can implement that into what they do.
Yep, so thank you for having me, and thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So I'm ready, let's dive in.
Yes, let's dive in. So just to do some a quick intro about Amaka. Amaka has over 10 years of work experience. Like I said, she's big, she's that big, she has the depth and the experience, right? And I think my first question would be, looking back now, what's that one career decision that turned out to be a game changer for you?
So again, thank you for having me. It's great to see you in person. I am so proud of you. I'm proud of everything you're doing work-wise, and even with this, just providing useful information for people out there, So if I were to reflect on my 16-year journey, what was a game changer for me? I would say taking on roles or opportunities that scared me, but stretched me, I have a younger sister who would always say, "Oh, Amaka, you like work." She would say, "It's the roles that have work, those are the ones I go for." But it's just the way I am wired, So roles that scared me, but stretched me. And I've done that throughout my 16-year career. Now, my career is not the straightforward type or the typical journey, because I have done housing. I started in construction, moved to interior design, did some housing. I started an affordable housing startup, and then got a fellowship program that took me to Yale, and then from there I ventured into policy, and I've done policy work for the past decade, 10 years, right? But with every step I have taken over my career journey, it was never a role or opportunity I had done before. Even when I, decided to start an affordable housing startup, I just saw a problem. I thought I could fix it, and I went straight on to try to solve the problem. So I would say that's really been the game changer for me. That's what has brought me and led me down this path. And I think it would continue to lead me on.
But why would you go for that? Why would you see work and decide that that's what you want to do? Does that scare you? And also, how do you navigate that, especially for anyone that is also watching?
So I think for me, it's anchored on problem solving. So deep down, I am attracted to just solving problems. If there's a problem and I think I can solve it, then I go for it. So if you look at everything I've done, that's the anchor. So even though they were different sectors or industries, the underlying theme is solving problems, And so whether it's in housing or in entrepreneurship or right now in the development space, it's actually solving a problem.
Okay, so you've talked about one game changer thing that helped you, but what's that one thing that it took you longer to actually realize and you think would be useful for anyone watching?
I'll probably tie that to my leadership journey, and because when I started out, initially for me, leadership was very, I was a very results-oriented person, results-driven person. And so I didn't prioritize the human side of leadership. So empathy wasn't my very, it wasn't my strongest trait, really. My friends would call me one-way traffic. Amaka wants to do something, she just goes.
Get it done.
You gets it done, exactly. And so that's something I didn't realize early on. But then I learned, because when you begin to grow a team and you begin to work with people and lead, you realize that people are not robots. They're not AI machines that you can just impute something and just tell it to give you what you need. And people have emotions. I had to learn empathy. And in learning empathy, I learned that, empathy is not soft. It's actually smart, because it builds trust on your team, it deepens collaboration, and it makes you the type of leader people want to follow. Want to work with, want to listen to, And so the more I leaned into empathy and I saw the results, the more I thought, oh, why didn't I even do this sooner? So I didn't start out that way, but thankfully, there's room for growth and evolution, and yeah, here we are.
I like that. I think my next question would be, you're one of the most confident person. Like, if you think I have any confidence in me, I learned it from Amaka. I'm actually not kidding. And I really just want you to share practical tips for anyone watching that can also help them to have that, insane confidence in what they do at work, and how they can then use that to advocate more for whatever they're giving for.
Well, firstly, thank you for that. Thank you for saying that. Secondly, I would say that confidence is built. You're not born with it. Even the most confident people still get nervous. And I think that that's a good thing. It's something we should be thankful for, that, you don't have some people who are born with these gifts and then you begin to feel like, oh,
we're all the same.
We're all the same. We can learn it, And I think that for young people and for young professionals, one good way to start would be to leverage low stakes moments, at work. So for example, team meetings, for example, check-in meetings, email updates, things like that. It allows you to hone your voice and allows you to prepare for bigger platforms. And the good thing about moments like that is that if you apply yourself and you prepare, because what I also find with confidence is that if you're prepared, it boosts your confidence. You'd be nervous, and that's normal. To be honest, it is. Even the most powerful speakers. I mean, I've listened to Barack Obama say before some of his speeches, he's nervous. Who would look at Barack and think that he'll be nervous? So that's normal. The greatest of the greats feel that. But you see, when you're prepared, it boosts your confidence, right? And when you practice, that's another layer, And so imagine that you leverage low stakes moments like this, like your team meetings, for example. You prepare for those team meetings. You don't just show up and think because what is happening at the office, who's going to notice? No. You prepare for those meetings, you practice, and then you leverage those opportunities to hone your skills. The day you get a bigger platform, it wouldn't be new for you, You can, in a way, put to practice everything you've learned. I think the other thing would be to track your wins, right? And one easy way to do that would be to update your CV. Just do that regularly. You've done the project, you've completed it, update your CV. It allows you to see where you're coming from, allows you to see the projects you've taken on that maybe you were even scared to take it on in the first instance. But after having completed it, when you update your CV, it does something to you as well. Like, oh, okay, I could do that. It means I can try for the next big thing, So those would be my two strong points for building confidence. And the more you do it, the better you become.
I love that. So track your wins and also seize like the small moments, your team meetings, your check-ins, prepare for them. Don't just think, who will know? Exactly. People will know. People are watching. Exactly. Okay, so my next question would be, do you think I'm sure you have, but if you can just share a career mistake you've made that probably has like the greatest impact.
Yeah. So career mistake, especially early on, that for me would be poor delegation. I have the opinion Oh, I used to think that, if you wanted something done well and done fast, do it yourself. The challenge with that is that if you're doing little projects, maybe you can get away with it. The moment you begin to take on more responsibilities, it is Herculean. You would burn out, and I did, and so it was a career mistake, because when you burn out, then you elongate the project, you can't complete it.
No one knows what to do.
What to do, exactly. You're not present, and so I've learned to delegate. I'm not perfect at it. And I honestly think it's a work in progress for almost everybody. But I'm much better than I was at the early stage of my career. So delegation. So delegate people.
I think it's also because you probably like to work, so you just feel like it's something you can do.
Now, she's echoing the thoughts of my sister. But no, I also like to chill.
Yeah.
I like to chill. But the thing with me is, if I have work, I don't know, I'm just wrapped up in it. I had a colleague once describe me, and she said, Amaka, is it that when you have work, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't, like, what exactly?
What
I'm just wired that way. So once there's work to get done, I am consumed, and I immerse myself in it, and I want to get it done. So I wouldn't say it's because I like work a lot. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
I mean, you are.
Maybe you're right.
Immerse yourself in the
Maybe
work.
you're right, Miriam. But I mean, I've also learned that no, I need to learn to step back sometimes and just delegate.
Perfect. Okay, so I think my final question for you would be: you bring so much excellence into what you do.
Thank you.
So for anyone watching, how do you think they can cultivate that habit into what they do?
Thank you. That's a great question. So the thing is, I find that, excellence stands you out. I've learned that excellence, it gave me visibility for me, because the truth is that people are watching you.
Yeah.
And whether you're in the room or not, it gives you visibility, because you do your work and you do your work well. And so I think that to build excellence, again, thankfully, excellence is not something that is innate. You can it's a habit.
We're all the same.
Yeah, it's a habit. You can cultivate it. And it really starts by taking on small tasks, but giving it care, giving it attention, so attention to details, doing it with intention and with purpose. It comes by applying yourself to it. So for example, you've been called upon, or you've been given a task to coordinate the team meeting on Monday. The way you take that on shows whether you're doing this excellently or you're just doing it well because like a basically, right? So someone who is excellent minded would prepare, would not see it as just another task, but would really take it on and plan and communicate with all the others, drop an agenda, communicate ahead. You have 3 minutes, and all of that. And then as the person on the D-Day, you're coordinating everyone to ensure that we're on time, right? And people will notice. So it's about taking on the small task. No matter what it is you're given, no matter what job it is you have. You could start out as a receptionist. You could just be an intern. In your organization.
Yep.
But how do you apply yourself to the role, right? How do you show care for the job that's been placed in your hands and in your custody? How do you bring intention to it? How do you pay attention to details so that when it is done well, and people see a difference and know that because of you, oh, this thing went well, and why? The way she did it, the way she handled it, it was different, right? So it's by starting out that way, and then before you know it, it becomes habitual for you. I always credit my dad. I remember when I was growing up, sometimes when I think of the way I am, I think of my dad, because I remember he taught me how to clean the room, because it was my dad. For some people it's probably their mom, but for me it was my dad. And I remember, I will never forget this occasion where, I was supposed to mop and clean. And I was very excited. He said, maybe you're right, I like work. Because even as a child, it was there. So I was very excited to clean the room and all of that. So I mopped, and then I just did, and I was done. I was very excited. So I said, oh, Daddy, I'm done. And he said, okay. And then he said, so next time you want to clean, Amaka, you lift the table, you move it, you clean behind the table, under the table. And I thought, oh, okay. In my little mind, it left an impression. And so going forward, I learned that simple example taught me to go the extra mile. To always do things, and not just do it, but do it well, you know. And then he mentioned this word, if it's not spick span. I was like, what's spick span? If the room is not spick span, then you've not cleaned, right? So I learned to do it and do it well right from that age. And then what happens is that you now grow up with that. It becomes a habit, you know. And so now when I'm at work and maybe my team members send me something, I can scratch and I pick up something. They're like, how did she see that? And I'm like, yep, I see it. I will see it, right? So it's a habit, and it starts with how you handle the little things that are placed in your care.
I mean, the more you do it,
The stronger and the better
yeah,
you become.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Another masterclass.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is with so much insight. I hope you guys have really found this video really useful. Don't forget to like, share, leave us a comment, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.